Alright, so I finally unlocked all the weapons in Battlefield 6 and did all the testing in the firing range to complete this time to kill chart. So now it's fully updated with all the different time to kill values for the different range values in the firing range. So basically you have all your weapons here divided by class, so assault rifles, carbines, SMGs, LMGs, DMR, sniper, shotgun, secondary, all the weapons stats gathered from in the game. So you have your aim down sights in milliseconds, reload, bullet velocity, magazine capacity, starting magazine capacity anyway, rate of fire, damage values, headshot multiplier, headshot damage, and then your shots to kill. And then this is going to be your time to kill in milliseconds, starting at point blank range, 10 meters, 20 meters, 35 meters, 55, and 70. The ranges in the firing range. And then basically all these numbers here, the colors, the best time to kill is going to be in red. Within 50 milliseconds of the fastest time to kill is going to be orange. Within 100 milliseconds is yellow. Within 150 is light green. Within 200 dark green, so on and so forth. So ideally you're going to want red, orange, possibly yellow. Those are going to be the most competitive at the different ranges based on the classes here. So just go through all these real quick. So I have it divided by class here. You're just comparing within the class, and then I also have it all of them compared to each other than the one-shot kill weapons like sniper rifles and shotguns. So we're just going to look at the standouts here. In the assault rifle class, the standout's going to be the TR7, fastest time to kill. I think it has the fastest time to kill of all the weapons except point blank range, only beat out by the SCW-10. But it does have quite a bit of recoil, so even with like all the recoil decreasing attachments, I still don't think it would be very useful beyond mid-range. But still, even out to 20 meters, it's going to beat pretty much every single gun except the SCW-10 within 10 meters. So if you can get the recoil down, it's going to be a very good gun up close, but at the longer ranges, probably not going to be very usable because of that massive recoil. And then the M433, the starting weapon, that's going to be your second best, still within 50 milliseconds. So out to 20 meters, it's within 50 milliseconds, and then beyond that, it's only 39 milliseconds slower. So, and it's much more manageable recoil, faster fire rate too, so it's a little bit more forgiving. But yeah, that's about it. So B36 is okay, AK-40 is okay, the Cord is okay, but it all depends on the recoil and all that too. So the other ones aren't that great. The SR556 is probably going to be the worst as far as pure time to kill goes, but if the recoil is really easy to manage, it might be okay, but as far as pure time to kill goes, it's not very good. Then you got your carbines here. So standout at long range at least is going to be the M277. So within 10 meters, it's not the greatest. It's still competitive, but not the greatest up close. But beyond that, 10 meters plus, it's going to be the best by far because it's always going to be a 4-shot kill. So out to 70 meters at least. Beyond that, not too sure. I'm sure there's more damage drop-offs beyond that, but that would require testing beyond the firing range, so having another account and then like a rangefinder or something to gauge all the different ranges. But we'll have to wait for either like SimGG to do the data mining or somebody else to do the testing with another account. But M4A1's good up close. It's okay at longer ranges, still competitive. M417, the GRT, are good up close. Not the greatest at longer ranges though, so the M4A1 is going to beat them at longer ranges. QBZ is okay up close, not the greatest at longer ranges, beyond 20 meters. And the SG553R is going to be the best up close out to 20 meters, and then beyond that, it's not the greatest either. So it's probably the worst time to kill at long range, but the best up close. I really like the gun though. I was using it quite a bit, but I also play a little bit more aggressive and try to stay within that close range. So it does have good recoil though, so even when you put on the recoil attachment and stuff, it's pretty much a laser beam. So M4A1 and the SG553 felt really good. I'm leaning more towards the SG553. SMGs standouts are going to be the KV9, obviously, because it's the fastest firing, and the SCW-10. So the SCW-10 is going to beat the KV9 up close within 10 meters, and then the KV9 is going to beat the SCW-10 beyond that, but very minimal. So only 17 milliseconds difference here, only 3 millisecond difference here, 22 milliseconds, and then 42 milliseconds. So they're pretty close. Basically just preference. One does more damage, shoots a little bit slower, whereas the KV9 shoots faster but does less damage. So the magazine capacities are going to be the main issues there, especially for the KV9 because it takes more shots to kill. So that magazine is not going to be as good for multi-kills. You can get more kills with the SCW-10 with that magazine compared to the KV9, but they're both definitely need that extended mag to be usable in most situations. So definitely need those magazines. And then the SGX is okay, PW5 is okay. The rest are just kind of all over the place. You got your LMGs here. So the fastest up close is going to be the M240L out to 20 meters. And then the fastest at long range beyond 20 meters is going to be the M250. So M250 is okay up close. It's going to get beat out by the better LMGs up close, but it's the best at longer ranges. And then M240 is still good, even at longer ranges within, so it's 33 milliseconds slower, so that's not too bad. M240 is probably going to be one of the standouts. DSR is also good, although that's like the M417, so it's, I don't know why they have it as an LMG, but it's more like a DMR, but one of the better ones. L110's okay, RPKM's okay, good up close, not as good at longer range, but still competitive. M123K, it's good at every range, so within 50 milliseconds the fastest, so those are going to be the standouts there. Then you got your DMRs, they're all pretty much the same except the M39. M39 is the worst of the bunch. All of them are 400 millisecond time to kill. I believe the SVK is the only one that has the one-shot headshot potential, but it's within 10 meters, so it's very close range. Beyond that, it's always going to be two-shot headshot. Then you got your sniper rifles. Obviously, if you're hitting body shots, terrible unless it's the sweet spot. So the sweet spot's definitely farther than 70 meters, but closer than 100 meters. So I'm not exactly sure what the sweet spots are. I only tested them 2010. But it's definitely closer than 100 meters, but it's farther than 70 meters. So I'm sure it varies per sniper rifle by a little bit, but they're probably all within that same area, maybe off by like 5 to 10 meters. But I'm not exactly sure how long that sweet spot is. I would assume it's probably like 10 meter range, a small window. So ideally, you should be going for the headshots anyway, unless you know you're in that sweet spot. Then you can go for the chest shot, but headshots mostly. Then you got your shotguns here. So M87A1 has the longest range one-shot potential out to 10 meters. M1014 is only one shot, very, very close, not even to 10 meters. So at 10 meters, it's always going to be a two-shot. And then the 18.5 is always going to be a two-shot. And then 20 meters, it's a three-shot. So. And then your secondary weapons, your pistols. The standout is going to be the M44, has the best time to kill pretty much in every range except point blank, and then within this range too, but it's still close, so only 1 millisecond, only 2 milliseconds, so it's going to be the best there. The other ones are just average. And then we'll just compare all of them together. So your standout, obviously the TR7, the fastest time to kill except up close, but obviously that recoil is going to be a problem. SCW-10 is the best up close. M277 is really good at long range. M433 is really good, 10 meters plus. Not the greatest up close though, but wasn't really a fan of the M433. It didn't seem, either the recoil or the accuracy seems a little bit off. It's not as laser beamy as some of the other guns. M250 is really good at long range. M240 is really good all around. But yeah. All depends on recoil, bullet velocity, all that kind of stuff. So you got to take that into consideration. LMGs, you got to take into consideration the aim down sight time, and really slow aim down sights, and some of them have really slow reloads as well. So really depends on personal preference. So even being the best time to kill, it's not always going to be the best gun. So in theory, the TR7 would be the best gun at every range, but because of that recoil it's not going to be if you're not able to hit your shots. So you got to find the guns that you like. I'm so far a fan of the SG553, M4A1. I like the SCW10 as well, up close anyway. But longer ranges is going to struggle a bit more. So it depends what ranges you're playing and then how you play. So if you play more aggressive, you're going to like the guns that are a little bit better up close, faster, snappier guns. And then if you're kind of sitting back a little bit, you're probably going to like the better guns that are better at long range, the lower recoil weapons that may not be the fastest time to kills, but have very little recoil, so you're able to hit your shots at those longer ranges. So, because DMRs don't seem that good as far as pure time to kill goes, but at those longer ranges, if you only have to hit a couple shots and you're just pacing your shots, not having to fight in a head-to-head fight, they could be good. So, really depends on your playstyle, personal preference. But yeah, that's it. Let me know down in the comments what you think. If there's anything missing from this chart that you feel would add to it, would make it better. But yeah, just helps me out putting these charts together. That way I can kind of compare the strengths and weaknesses of certain guns, picking which guns I want to use, or if I like the gun, it'll help me understand how to use it the best to get the most out of it. So just helps me out. Hopefully it helps you guys out too. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.